Sauter. For the best stock car coverage in Kansas City, watch Cheeseworks videos. I know I sure do.
About to go green for 15 big laps. Here we go. With the chalk flying off of corner number 4, Nick Whalen and the coach, Kevin Anderson, bringing him into corner number 1 for the first time. Here comes Vernon Keever. Keever now trying to take over that third spot. They're 3 wide on entry. Look out over there in turn number 3. How will it shake out here at lap number 1? It's going to be a close one at the line. It's the coach, Kevin Anderson, your leader. Kevin Anderson, your early race leader. It's a barn burner up front with Nick Whalen in that second spot. Anderson, Whalen, Sam Scott now into third. Vernon Keever slipping back just a little bit to fourth. Tim Shields inside the top 5 here early on in this one. Coming around to complete lap number 2, it's Anderson, your leader. Kevin Anderson already has went to victory lane for your USRA factory stocks this season here at Lakeside Speedway. He has 3 wins to Brett Heater's 7. Trying to pick up win number 4 here tonight. Nick Whalen hanging on to that second spot. Here comes Sam Scott. Oh no, Heater goes around. The yellow flag is out for the 05. Trying to pick up win number 4 on the year. Terry Watland has the green flag in hand and waving it. Here we go. We'll let these drivers get settled in, and then we'll have a look at some of the lap times they're posting here this evening. Get you those differentials numbers as well. Look at this. Nick Whalen and Sam Scott going at it for second. Wow. Close quarters racing there. Nearly led to a spin by Whalen as Sam Scott takes over that second spot. Austin O'Neill trying to come up on the outside. Had the door slam in front of him, and Austin O'Neill is on the charge once again on the high side off of turn number 2. Trying to give chase to Sam Scott. Here comes Austin O'Neill up on the high side in the number 1 machine. Whalen now back to the 4th spot. Scott hanging on to second behind race leader Kevin Anderson at lap number 5. "15 laps the distance here, third of the way through it. The coach, Kevin Anderson, now things might start to pick up for him a little bit as Austin O'Neill has moved into second place here at lap 5. Excuse me, lap 6 as we come across the line. So differential that time was 1.009. Let's keep that in mind as we keep an eye on this field. 1.009, your differential on that particular lap. Good racing, 3 wide off of corner number 2. Down the back straightaway, that battle for 7th, 8th, 9th as Brett Heater tries to collect his way into the top 10. Having a look at the differential this time, 0.917. So Austin O'Neill closing in ever so slightly. Good battle for 3rd and 4th between Sam Scott and Nick Whalen. Just behind them, somebody new to the top 5. It's Nate Barnes breaking inside the top 5. Tim Shields slips back to 6th. Jalen Wettengale, Vernon Keever, Brett Heater now inside the top 10 and 9th, and Cletus Murray. Differential that time, 0.716. Austin O'Neill eating into the lead of the coach, Kevin Anderson. We've went from 1.009 to 0.997 to 0.716. Differential that time, 0.582. Austin O'Neill on a rail here tonight, racing on the river's edge at Lakeside Speedway. He's closing in now within about a 6th to 7th car length advantage. Yellow is out, though, in turn number 3 for racer number 38. Yellow is out. Scott Henney out of Kansas City, Kansas. 9 of 15, just 6 laps to sort it out. Here we go. Should be a good one. Anderson got a good start there. So did Sam Scott. Here comes Brett Heater on the high side. Heater now inside the top 6. Going for a top 5 run after that earlier spin. Looks like the 05 is back to the front. Back to regular action here in the 05. Brett Heater. Anderson, your leader. O'Neill now back to 2nd. Sam Scott to 3rd. Nick Whalen to 4th. Brett Heater 5th. It's a 6-car breakaway up front as Nate Barnes is right in the mix as well. Side by side off of corner number 2 for 2nd. Sam Scott to the low side for 2nd. Austin O'Neill up high. Now Brett Heater stays on the high side. He'll take over that 4th spot from the 00 of Nick Newton. Just a handful of laps to go here at lap number 11. 4 more laps to go. Austin O'Neill drops to the low side. Something could be amiss on the one. It is something amiss on the one. I saw it ever so slightly puff of smoke out of that car, so tough break for Austin O'Neill. As Brett Heater now moves into the third spot, O'Neill retires to the infield. 12 laps in the books. Brett Heater turns a lap of 21.818. 21.818. That is the third fastest lap of the race. One car nearly up and into the fence back there. 3 laps to go. That was Scotty Moore having a little bit of trouble deep in the field. 2 more laps to go for the coach. Kevin Anderson trying to pick up win number 4. Brett Heater now up to that second spot. Heater takes over second with a lap of 21.584. Now the third quickest lap of the race for Heater. He's trying to close in. It's coming to the white flag, though. He's got just a lap or so to do it. Can Kevin Anderson hold on for another victory, or will Brett Heater get up there to spoil the fun? Sam Scott sits in that third spot. Nick Will and Nate Barnes having a great battle back there for 4th and 5th. Final set of turns coming up for the coach, Kevin Anderson, in the 417. This time around, off of corner number 4, it's the coach, Kevin Anderson, your winner. Brett Heater will cross the line in second. Sam Scott once again in that third spot. Nick Will in 4th. Nate Barnes rounds out your top 5. Here he comes, fans. They can hear you now for a 4th time this season. The coach, Kevin Anderson, your winner tonight in the USRA Stock Cars. Whoa, is that me? Big group of supporters down there to pick up a victory lane photo opportunity with LB, Lisa Burlington, and Kenny South as the flashes light up the night sky here at the River's Edge Lakeside Speedway. One more time, fans, the coach, Kevin Anderson, your winner tonight in the USRA Stock Cars.
I'm Patrick Royalty, driver of the 49 IROC race car here at Lakeside Speedway. If you guys want to check out some of the best B-mod coverage in the Kansas City area, I'd advise you to check out KC Cheeseworks. I do every weekend.
Side by side as your team leaders come across. Here we go. Luke Neiman, Brad Smith. Let's get a little bit on the binders there. That opens up the door for Tim Powell. Tim Powell into that second spot. The 07 of Daniel Harris looking strong tonight. Here comes Andy Bryant. So your top 5, Neiman, Powell, Brad Smith, Daniel Harris, Andy Bryant, Chase Galvin. Top 6 cars right now. Powell gets almost loose coming out of 4, but Luke Neiman hangs on. Here comes Bryant as he gets past Brad Smith. He goes to the high side right away. Andy Bryant in that third position. Tim Powell putting on the pressure on your race leader, Luke Neiman here. 2 laps down, 18 to go. Luke Neiman still your leader coming out of turn number 4. So it's Neiman, Powell, Bryant, Smith, Harris, the 0, Chase Galvin. There's your top 6. Mike Striegel now moving up into that 7th spot. That's the 1M of Brian Murphy, the 04, Chad Walker, Dustin Christ in the 222. Your leaders come across. Luke Neiman on lap number 4 now. Early in the race, Tim Powell dives down to the low side. Problem up here in turn number 3 and 4. The 32 as Shelby Manthe goes around. Shelby Manthe in the 32. USRA B-mod feature event, 16 to go. Green flag, here we go. Bryant gets the good run, has to hit the binders though. So Neiman, Powell, Bryant, Smith, and Harris Now Tim Powell gets side by side with your race leader, Neiman. Is they coming out of turn number 4? Tim Powell getting a good bite on that low side. Neiman and Bryant, though, running that high rim up around turns 1 and 2. Brad Smith, Daniel Harris, Chase Galvin, Mike Striegel. Now Powell does a power slide up into turn 4. New race leader. Andy Bryant follows him up. So that's lap number 6. New race leader. Tim Powell, problem on the 181 of Neiman. Looks like a problem as he slows down on that back stretch. Looks like he's going to pull off into the infield. Nope. Too quick that time. He's slowing down. But your leader, Tim Powell, now gets a little bit loose in 1 and 2. Andy Bryant closing them in. See if he can pull off this time. Not able to make the turn as the 181 of Neiman. Laps down, 13 to go. Here we go. Andy Bryant with a good run on his high side out of turn 2. Tim Powell still your leader. Brad Smith drops back into that 3rd position. Now here comes Andy Bryant. Brad trying to make that low side come in now. Let's see if Brad Smith. Oh, Bryant gets almost loose up into the wall there, but he hangs on to it. Hit those binders quick and able to hang on, but he loses some ground to your race leader, Tim Powell. Let's see if Andy Bryant can get it back together again as Tim now goes to the high side. There's a .616 difference between your race leaders right now. Let's see if he can close that gap. Oh, as he does, coming out of turn number 4. Here comes Andy Bryant. Now down, he cuts it in half down to 3.48. So he cut it in half. Andy Bryant on the run now, closing in on your race leader. This will be lap 11 this time across. Andy Bryant on the high side makes a run with Tim Powell. Your new race leader, Andy Bryant. Andy Bryant squeezes it through on that high side, but Powell fights back. Tim Powell gets that machine up in front again. Here comes Andy Bryant. Well, he does the slide job. He does. Slides it up on the top of side. Tim Powell trying to fight back again, but it's Andy Bryant, your race leader. Good battle up front for you top 2 leaders. Tim Powell with a little bit better bite down there in 1 and 2. Now Bryant goes to the low side once again. See if he slides up in front of Mike Striegel down to the infield in the 17. 17 is off now, but that time Tim Powell able to hang on. That's lap 13 that time across. Lap 13, Tim Powell, your leader. So Tim Powell, Andy Bryant, Brad Smith, Daniel Harris, Chase Galvin, still your top 5. Now Doug Keller 6th, Chad Walker 7th, Clancy 8th, Richards 9th, and Murphy 10th. There's your leaders. Let's see if the 28 of Andy Bryant can close in again. Just a .428 difference that time. Laps counting down here, so it'll be 5 to go this time across. 5 to go as Andy Bryant makes that run on the high side again. Tim Powell, all the wiser, says, nah, I'm going to cut you off up there this time. Now into lap traffic. Now something different here. Now you might not be able to drive your favorite line here. Let's see what happens in lap traffic. You might be able to set up another car as well as they come into this lap traffic. They got by Kit Bailey in the 77. Dustin Chris there, the 222 now. Andy Bryant, let's see if he can maneuver his way through. Tim Powell, Andy Bryant closing ever so closely. This is lap 17, so just 3 to go. 3 to go for your race leaders. Tim Powell, Andy Bryant now makes a run on the high side in 1 and 2, tries to get a nose in down low. Will he be able to block off the 57 of Powell, or will Powell be able to block him off? Andy Bryant now slides up in front of the 57. Here comes the 57 of Powell. He fights back. Your new leader again. Good battle between your top two. Powell and Bryant fighting back and forth now. Bryant gets a little bit loose coming out of 2. 99 of Brad Smith, Chase Galvin, and Daniel Harris. Still your top 5. There's smoke coming off the 04 Chad Walker, I believe. But your race leader, Tim Powell, with the white flag, is flying here now. Tim Powell, 6 wins so far this season. Does Andy Bryant have anything left for him? We'll find out if there's any tires left as they come into turn 4. Andy Bryant goes to that high side, not able to make the pass. Your winner, Tim Powell. So Tim Powell, as Andy Bryant closed in on him there just at the end. So ends up sports as he gets out of the car, Tim Powell. BMS chassis, engine by Ray Littrell. Pops Racing Stables, Caston's Plumbing and Heating, Larry's Auto. Tim Powell gets the hug down there as your winner tonight, the USRA B-mod feature event. Also, your Rick Beebe Heating and Cooling Smoking Hot Summer Series. See Dustin Boney down there. Exciting feature event here tonight. One more to go here tonight. Racing on the river's edge here at Lakeside Speedway. Christie's Tasty Queen race night, the Carl Tinsley Memorial. 119 cars in the pits tonight. Just a great night of racing. A lot of good racing on the track as well here tonight, Sam. Just some good racing.
Hey, I'm Gunnar Martin here with the USRA Modifieds, here with the best Cheeseworks videos. Out here at Lakeside Speedway, trying to do this summer series with Prime Racing, Angie and Shane Roach, Rick Beebe Heating and Cooling. Just come out here to have fun.
Heading down the front straightaway, here we go. Green is out. Nick Bittinger already on the throttle, takes command down on the low side with Striegel up high. Vaughn back to that 3rd spot here early on. Here comes Mark Chapman with a power run off of corner number 2. Chapman rockets down the back straightaway. He'll take over that 2nd spot on the highway. He's looking to take the lead here off of turn number 4, but Mike Striegel will have it. 4 wide down the front straightaway with Tim Carrick, Nathan Vaughn. Gunnar Martin in on that action as well. Eric Hanna was right there as well. Up front, Striegel, Bittinger, Chapman, your top 3. Here comes Aaron. Aaron Morant wants in on the action as well as Kerry Davis. Bittinger, your new race leader there at lap number 2. So Bittinger to the lead, lap 2. So coming around this time, it'll be lap number 3. Nick Bittinger trying to pull away from the rest of the field. He's got a new mouth to feed at home. He's got to pick up the big win here tonight. The big money at Lakeside Speedway for the Modifieds. Aaron Moran now getting a little bit racy as Mike Striegel has slipped back just a little bit. Striegel now back to 5th, Moran to 4th, Davis now to 3rd. Kerry Davis not done yet. Oh, the 70 and the 34 nearly get together in the 70. You saw him over there in turns 1 and 2. Got up on that high side, got up in the marbles, had to get off the throttle just a little bit. Just enough for Kerry Davis there to pull side by side with him off of turn 4. And Morant will go back to 3rd. Chapman now into that 2nd spot. Bittinger open up about nearly a quarter straightaway length advantage over the rest of the field. Coming around this time will be lap number 6. Lap 6 coming at you right here. 14 laps to go. On down through the field, Kerry Davis sets in that 4th spot. Good run by Kerry right there. as he holds on to a top 5 run. Mike Striegel trying to hold on to the top 5 here. Justin Johnson now takes over 5th. Striegel back to 6th. Gunnar Martin is 7th. Tim Carrick now up to 8th with Lewis Jackson 9th. Eric Hannon, Nathan Vaughn, Lucas Gibbs, Kyle Covert, Derek Hicks, Austin Charles, Jimmy Dow, Cameron Grindstaff, Doug Keller, and Manley Lamar still out on the field competing here tonight at lap number 7 for leader Nick Bittinger. Now opening up nearly a full straightaway length advantage. Nick Bittinger's best lap, a 19.463. Best lap by Chapman, a 19.885. So Bittinger enters turn 3. The rest of the guys come off at turn number 2. Aaron Morant now 3rd. Justin Johnson, the man on the move. Johnson has now moved into 4th. Kerry Davis back to 5th. Striegel 6th. Martin 7th. Lewis Jackson 8th. Next time by, it'll be halfway as Nick Bittinger will take the halfway point, coming around to complete lap number 10. Should see the cross flags from Flagman Terry Wantland this time. There they are. 10 laps down this time. 10 to go. Chapman in that 2nd spot. Heavy smoke now started to billow from the 70 of Aaron Morant. We'll keep an eye on that situation as Justin Johnson does his best to reel him in. Justin Johnson with a lap of 19.074 is the fastest man on the Speedway right now. So again, heavy smoke pouring from the 70 of Aaron Morant in that machine. Donnie Burlington not probably a happy man right now as he looks on and sees the smoke pouring out of that machine. They always say they get faster when they're ready to go, and Morant is definitely fast here tonight. We'll keep an eye on that car. Can he hold on to it? At lap number 12, there's 8 laps remaining now. 8 laps to go. Mark Chapman mired back in the lap traffic. He'll pull a slider there in turn number 3 and 4, go way up to the fence, nearly get into the wall, got in there really heavy. Justin Johnson now closing in on the 70 of Aaron Morant. Gunnar Martin now inside the top 5. Martin has moved inside the top 5. Kerry Davis back to 6th. Mike Striegel is 7th. One car retires in the infield. That is Kerry Davis. I noticed the hood came up just ever so slightly on Kerry Davis's machine. Aaron Morant now drops to the low side. Again, heavy smoke continuing to billow from that machine as Justin Johnson has made his way around. Not sure how much longer Morant's going to want to stay out there in that machine. Justin Johnson now takes over 3rd. 3/4 of the way through this one. Mark Chapman going around the high side of Derek Hicks' machine over there in turn number 1 and 2. Way behind race leader Nick Bittinger by nearly a full straightaway here at lap number 16. Just 4 more laps to go. 4 to go for Bittinger.
I'm surprised he's lasted that long.
So Nick Bittinger trying to pick up win number 1, believe it or not, on the year. They're at lap number 17, 3 laps to go. And Aaron Morant, as well as the 77, heavy smoke out of the 77. The 70 continues to smoke them, but still running inside the top 5 in that 4th spot. Lap number 18 right there. 2 more laps to go to be the white flag next time around for Nick Bittinger. Mark Chapman in that 2nd spot, followed by Justin Johnson, Aaron Morant, Gunnar Martin, Lewis Jackson, Eric Hanna, and Mike Striegel inside the top 8. Looking for the white flag this time around from Flagman Terry Wantland. There he is, high on the perch, as Bittinger is high off of turn number 4. 1 more lap to go for Nick Bittinger. Former champion and 2-time track champion trying to collect his first trophy of the year. Down the back straightaway for the final time. Into corner number 3. There behind Eric Hanna trying to put a lap on the 1K of Tim Carrick. Look out just in front of him, but off of turn number 4 out of Perry, Kansas in the 3B. Nick Bittinger, your winner. Mark Chapman will bring it home in a solid 2nd place run, followed by Justin Johnson in the 7J. Good run there by Aaron Morant, and the 75 of Gunnar Martin.
I'm surprised he lasted that long. I'm surprised.
From his first win of the year, Nick Bittinger. That extra mouth to feed made that foot a little bit heavier tonight as Nick collects a trophy and the big money here to wrap up racing on the river's edge at Lakeside Speedway. Congratulations to the Bittingers on their new baby son.
Solid.
There we go. We'll get Nick in front of that car over there with the Smoking Hot Summer Series. Dustin Boney out there presenting him with some picture accolades here, which are about ready to be taken by Lisa Burlington and Kenny South. Terry Wantlin will head that way and hand over the first trophy of the year for Nick Bittinger in the modified division here tonight. Handshake and trophy handed over. Don't forget, fans, next week, again, the Lucas Oil MLRA late models in the house, as well as USRA stock cars, USRA B-mods, and E-mods for next week's program. One final time tonight, fans. Give it up for him, your USRA modified winner, Nick Bittinger. That is going to take care of tonight's action. On behalf of our owners, Don and Donna Mars, and our general manager, Pete Howie, and on behalf of the entire Lakeside Speedway staff, this has been Sam on the mic and Alan the Steeler Miller. We're going to sign off for tonight. Fans, be safe on the way home. We'll see you again next week.